Hi again. Today I'm going to make some apple crisp from apples from my dad's tree. They were the last trees that he planted, so they're extra special to me. Um, this is what they look like. They're supposed to be Macintosh, but when I bake, it's about connection just as well as when I meet people. So baking is my form of bringing things to remembrance and sharing. So we're going to start out, and I'm going to peel, seed, core, and slice 10 cups of apples. So I didn't have quite 10 cups. I had about 9.5, and it seems like a lot of apples. So I'm going to just go with that. I'm preheating my oven to 350, and I am mixing a half cup of brown sugar, and it's supposed to be packed, so it can be light or dark. It seems like I always get light. I don't know, that's what seems to be most available. So half a cup of light brown sugar and a quarter cup of flour, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I like these measuring spoons that I got because they're just kind of fun. And I always, because I like things a little bit more spicy, I always heap it. So I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, heaping, and a quarter teaspoon of salt, oh my goodness, doesn't want to come out of there, quarter teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to, just one moment, do a dash of cloves. Like I said, I like a little spice when I cook. Not a lot, just a little bit. So just a little bit of that. And I'm going to mix those up really good. Oh, brown sugar is a little bit crunchy. So we're going to mix that up. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in there. Actually, not quite yet. I'm going to make sure this is all stirred together really well. Not very crumbly. Oh, the oven's done. Do our teaspoon of vanilla. Oops. I am a messy cook, but that's okay. So there's a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to put all my apples in there. And this was kind of different because they said to chunk them in 1-inch chunks and then a 1/4-inch slices. So it's not really, I don't know, it's a little bit different than what I've done before. But so we'll stir this up really good so that all the apples are covered. And again, this is kind of special to me because I'm using my dad's apples from a tree he planted. So it's extra special. to me. So they have all gotten all sugar coated and everything. And I have a 9x13 pan that is sprayed with that no stick spray stuff, off brand, of course. And then I'll put it, gonna put it in the pan. And that looks pretty good. So we're gonna put that all there. And spread it all out on there. And I'm going to use this same pan or bowl just so I can get all the rest of that cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves to be mixed in with my topping. So then the topping is 3/4 cup of flour. So we'll have one, excuse me, 2. So there's 3/4 cup of flour. Three-quarters cup of packed brown sugar. There's one. Sometimes it likes to clump up, but I don't really like that, but it's part of it too. You know, I've tried to find containers where it wouldn't get too much air and get clumpy for brown sugar, but I haven't really come up with a good thing. So right now I'm just still putting them in the container that they came in, and then put them in the refrigerator. So then I'm going to mix up the brown sugar and the flour pretty good. And then it calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon for the top. And again, I will have a heaping teaspoon. And it doesn't call for nutmeg in the topping, but I'm just gonna do a couple shakes. And then a shake of cloves too. These are nice autumn spices. So we'll mix that all up. And then a cup of old-fashioned oats. And I don't want to dirty another cup, so I'm just going to put 2 halves for the cup. So mix that in there. Mix it all up good. And then take a half a stick, or I'm sorry, a stick, 1 stick of butter, because they are 1 stick is a half a cup. So, and we'll just cut it in little pieces, so it'll be easier to crumble up in there. Probably a little bit bigger than what I should be doing, but I'm trying to hurry because my oven is ready. And try not to waste too much electricity or whatever you use for your oven. So they always tell you to preheat when you first start, but it always takes me longer to mix up stuff than it takes for the oven to heat up. So I'm gonna get a fork now and kind of mash that in there so that until it resembles coarse crumbs, and for our topping. And then it tells you to bake it for 45 minutes or until the edges are bubbly, golden brown, and the edges are bubbly. And then after you take it out, you let it sit for 5 minutes or so. I think it was 5 minutes. I'll have to double check my recipe. So, but sometimes with this, I don't have that best luck, so I'll just do this with my fingers. So, because it's taken kind of a while to do with it. That butter was pretty cold. So, but it's important to have them all mixed up together, because you know that if you have a clump of butter here and not there, then, you know, it doesn't really work good. So it smells very autumny. So we like the changing seasons because then we do different things. So that's kind of fun. So that's all mixed up there pretty good. Looks like coarse crumbs. And then I'll bring my pan over again, and then we'll just sprinkle this over top. Oops, got some on the edge. So this is a nice fall dessert. My mom passed away in the fall, and so I guess I'm kind of thinking about parents a little bit today. My dad and my mom. My dad didn't, he passed away in December, so. But all the things that they give you to make you who you are is a good thing. So those are all ready to go in the oven. I'll put it in the oven and then we'll see how it turns out. So this is what it ended up looking like after it was baked, and the recipe calls to let it sit for 5 minutes before you eat it, and you can have it warm with ice cream and caramel if you'd like, or you can have it cold. So we'll see how it turned out. Well, as it turned out, it was very yummy, and I put, even though I'm not a big ice cream fan, the recipe had suggested that you could put caramel on it or ice cream, or maybe they meant caramel ice cream, I don't know, but I think that caramel would be good on it, but I didn't do that. I just had the apple crisp with a little bit of pecan ice cream, and it turned out really well. It was very good. And if I was to do anything different, I might add walnuts to the topping, because I like walnuts and apples, but it really doesn't need it. So it was very good, and I'm saving this recipe.